What's going on, guys? Phil here with NextGenNation, joined by the one and the only boss man. Say hello.
Guten Tag.
You had
Okay,
one
that's good
job to
morning. I'm
say
sorry.
hello.
I'm sorry.
Failed. Anyway,
I did. I'm
we are
sorry.
here today doing a podcast on the very hot topic of Infinite Warfare and how everyone hates that versus Battlefield 1 and kind of the whole dealio with that. So, if you don't mind getting us started, would you like to talk about the stats of the video while I start the game?
It's kind of an interesting topic. Okay, so lately, if you haven't been up to date, YouTube has pretty much been shattered by this video of the Infinite Warfare release trailer. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. It's like 3 minutes. I thought, for one, it was pretty good, but evidently 1.2 million people didn't like it. So, um, compared to the 300,000 who did, and evidently it is, as the Hunger Games say, not exactly in your favor.
So you got the Call of Duty Infinite, the new Call of Duty release trailer with over 1,200,000 dislikes versus the new Battlefield trailer coming in at
Uh,
over 1 million likes. So you can see, if you guys don't know and are living under a rock, the new Call of Duty is going like super far into the future, like into space, and the exact opposite. Battlefield 1 is going to World War 1. So it's kind of interesting to see the whole difference between the two companies and like game publishers.
wait.
God damn.
What freaking difficulty are these on? Like recruit or what?
I don't know. I don't remember. But what I wanted to talk about is how everyone's complaining about this new game. For one, I didn't like the trailer. I think the trailer was kind of too futuristic, showed off too much futuristic stuff. But I think the game itself is going to stick to the core Call of Duty, and like they explained very intently when they were going over like interviews and stuff. But everyone's complaining about how it's going to the future. But if you remember back in 2009, everyone's complaining that it's the same game over and over again each year. There's nothing different. And we finally get something different and everyone complains about it. You know? The companies stress that more people in the community want to see new innovative ideas versus just the same old reskin every year. And I think that's a great point. Like, companies' main objectives are to make money, and they're not going to make money reskinning the same game every year with just a different title. So they have to make these new innovative ideas if they want to make money. And I don't think people are seeing that. They're kind of thinking selfishly, like, what am I going to get out of this? Things like that. And another thing is, when it came to Call of Duty Ghost, everyone hated that. It was the second game to go into the future. It was like modern future still. And everyone seemed to hate that game. I actually personally loved it. But just to see the amount of hate on the second futuristic game, like Black Ops got some hate because it was the first futuristic game, Black Ops 2. But like, it wasn't to the grand scale of the newer Call of Duty games like Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. And holy crap, your kill streaks are going in.
Sorry.
I don't even think oh crap, it's you. But what I want to say is, with the newer Call of Duties, they're coming out with these supply drops, right? And everyone has been complaining how supply drops are like completely unfair. The system's rigged. It's unfair. and how you have to pay tons of money out of pocket to get what you want, or to even have a slight chance at getting something that you want, which is completely unfair. And Black Ops 3 was finally listening to the community, and they gave everyone, right, all the dedicated players that bought the season pass, free supply drops and like a free weapon bribe, and which I think is a step in the right direction when it comes to marketing for Activision stuff. I think that Infinity Ward is obviously probably going to do supply drops because Activision wants money, and I'm hoping that they do the same thing and they're not overly greedy and listen to the fans. But
I do. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No.
I do agree with what you're saying, that the Call of Duty has been infested with the fact that they only care about money these days, and the only way to get money is to kind of go for what the players want. And 9 times out of 10, the players these days want some futuristic, 3D movement. Advanced Warfare was the heightened 3D movement game because it was basically you had a fucking thruster pack strapped to your ass and you went and flew around.
Yeah, like,
but
the game everyone was
that
just
also
in the air for the time.
that also backfired because the old school like COD 4 players were like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Because it was confusing to get used to. I'm not gonna lie. It was an interesting endeavor. Except the only thing that actually was good about that game was the fact that they had different variants of the actual weapons themselves. In Black Ops 3, they have, as you know, variants of attachments, which doesn't really change anything
It's
much.
all cosmetic.
But yeah, exactly. And it's just, I don't know. I don't really know what to think. It's basically like nothing's gonna go right for Call of Duty anymore. If this Infinite Warfare drops a bomb, like literally, sorry, I had to drink some stuff. Pretty much, if this next COD goes down in infamy, it's gonna be really bad for the Call of Duty franchise in the future because people will remember it as basically a COD Ghosts like 2.0, because when COD Ghosts originally got off to a rough start, people were shaming it because they were just so used to what COD had become, and then when Ghosts came into the fray, they were like, I don't really know what to do with my hands.
Well, Ghost was still boots on the ground.
Yeah, I know.
But it was modern features.
Exactly.
But like, I actually want to hop in about the Ghost topic real quick. I'm surprised that they did not do Ghost 2. Like, they left the storyline completely open-ended, and like, we don't know, because it ended with after the final mission and the credits, it cuts to the antagonist Rourke kicking your guy in the face and dragging him off, and you never really know what happens. And then they're just like, here's a new series, are we gonna make 3 Infinite Warfares? Oh crap, we got to the end of that really quickly. I thought that game would go a lot slower. But like, I think, I'm hoping, okay, so Infinity Ward finally got their company together in 2013 after joining up with Neversoft, and Mark Rubin left, and they finally got like the full team, so there's no bullcrap during their development. So this game is like the first one in 6-7 years that they've actually been able to fully work on a game without any problems. So I'm
holy shit ratio.
Yeah, I didn't even send out kill streaks, really. I was just but jumping into the whole Battlefield side of things, they went with like the complete opposite of what COD did. They went all the way back to World War One, and you can just see the difference in what people wanted. They asked for World War One, and they got World War One, and you can just see that they got 1 million likes versus the Extreme Future that COD got with 1 million dislikes. So I'm hoping that Battlefield doesn't drop the ball this year and make it like a really bad World War One game. Because you gotta admit, COD nailed it when they were doing the World War games, like COD 1, 2, 3.
I can't really say much because I didn't really play the original ones.
Oh, come on. They're at bomb.com.
At that point, I was more interested in Need for Speed.
Need for Speed, ain't nobody care about that game.
Everybody
Wait,
liked
which one?
Need for Speed. Carbon.
Oh, okay, that was okay then.
Carbon and Most Wanted were my shit.
Let's see what else. Like, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Infinity Ward is doing supply drops, but the thing is, they're starting off like Treyarch did, saying that it's only cosmetic things. But let's be real, if they go down the same path as Treyarch, they'll end up doing supply drops with weapons and basically a pay-to-play game again, because Activision just wants money, which is understandable. I mean, they're a company, but like the amount of hate on one trailer kind of makes me like depressed in the world. Like, you guys are judging this game based on past issues with the company and based on one trailer. Like, they haven't even seen multiplayer yet, and they're all complaining and all this. I mean, at least the nice part is it comes with... I'm busy, Linda. It comes with the Modern Warfare remaster. So, I mean, all the old players will probably end up moving back to the COD remaster, because it's all boots on the ground, all like modern era. And then all of the people that wanted the new innovative experiences will get the new innovative experiences with this year. So I think that's actually like a
innovative experience.
I think it was a really smart choice on Infinity Ward's side to do the remaster. But what are your thoughts on Battlefield 1?
I believe it's going to be a hit, actually, because I've seen Battlefield in the past, and the fact that how DICE has been putting out with the Frostbite engine, it literally, like,
Want to explain what that is?
when Battlefield 4, yeah, when Battlefield 4 came out, Ghost was out.
2013?
So when, yeah.
Jesus,
so when that
old.
came out, literally the graphic difference was not even fair. It was just Frostbite versus COD was like pretty much putting a iPod Touch first generation next to an iPod Touch 5th generation.
Wow. It's sadly
It was
extremely
pretty ghetto.
accurate.
So much accuracy.
But this year, they hired the main art director that did the Tomb Raiders, and if you've seen the Tomb Raider games, those are extremely high quality graphics, like Battlefield graphics. They're really good. So they say that this is going to be the best Call of Duty looking to date. So I'm hoping that turns out to be true.
Another thing about the Battlefield 1 is the fact that Battlefield is more geared towards a very large crowd. Because Battlefield, if you've ever played Battlefield, you know that the original Battlefield mode, Conquest, is huge. The maps are literally ginormous, and if you think that you're gonna go around and get a 5-kill streak within 30 seconds, you are probably in the enemy spawn.
Yeah, like literally it takes 10 minutes to get across the map.
And that's on a freaking ATV. it's just jank, bro.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
the point what I was trying to make is that if they can craft a visually enticing environment that not only appeals to the well, visuals, but to the realisticness of World War I itself, it'll create a sense of immersion that hasn't been seen before in Battlefield games. So I just feel like if you don't pre-order this game,
you're
I don't know
missing
what's wrong
out.
with you. I just got a quad feed with a freaking C4, no big deal. Actually, that was like 5.
The main difference between COD and Battlefield is that Battlefield is all about multiplayer and all about being a grunt in the battlefield. Like, literally, if you ask a Battlefield player to explain Battlefield in a sentence, they would say it's all about being a soldier in the fight. Like, there's no third game mode, at least not that I'm aware of. And like, Call of Duty is more of zombies now. Like, even Infinity Ward's doing zombies. So it just goes to show that like Activision really wants some money because they're making Infinity Ward do zombies now too. I'm hoping.
What's good?
the only thing that like people also don't realize is that all the COD players are like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna switch over to Battlefield. Oh, Battlefield is so much better." But every year, excuse me, every year Battlefield gets like half of the sales that Call of Duty does, because it's just Call of Duty is that mainstream first-person shooter that everyone plays and everyone's grown up to love, and now everyone's gonna continue to grow up hating because they're ruining it with this futuristic nonsense.
Basically, yeah.
I'm hoping that Call of Duty gets their crap together by next year, and they're like, let's bring back boots on the ground gameplay, because we need it, we want it. Go ahead.
To kind of wrap it up in a synopsis, Call of Duty has changed, and everything that has gone on with Call of Duty has, in some cases, hasn't been for the better, because I mean, as you guys know, to get better you have to be worse, you know? So we've all been there, we've seen bad Call of Duty games, Advanced Warfare. You just gotta play the game because everyone else has it, you know, be that fanboy just like everyone else, and buy every single Call of Duty freaking DLC map pack, so technically you buy the game twice, but you don't realize it. it's just a goddamn monopoly, you know? Like, I don't know, Battlefield's got to step up their game, otherwise it's just going to be upsetting how the ratio is from Battlefield to COD players. I mean, I myself like both games, but some people are just too damn biased for Call of Duty that they don't even want to touch Battlefield because they think it's too realistic. And in my eyes, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, because sniping is so much more fun when it actually has bullet drop instead of, you know, quick scoping people.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, for marketing reasons, Call of Duty is ahead because of its like ability to expand. I don't see Battlefield having as many DLCs as Call of Duty usually does, and Battlefield also, like, they don't have a third game mode, so it's Battlefield is basically straight up multiplayer. Like, you can't even remember any of the campaign characters because there's like no connection between the campaigns, so it's just straight up like a random storyline, and then you play multiplayer for the rest of the season until the next Battlefield. And I don't know, is Battlefield like a 2-year game cycle, like every 2 years they come out with one, or what is it?
In this case, I believe it is 2 years nowadays. Well, 3, because you said 2013.
Yeah.
When COD Ghost was, right? So
No, if
It's
it was 2013 for Battlefield 4, it had to be, because Battlefield Hardline, when did that come out?
it came out like the next year, like 2014.
2014, yeah. So maybe it is 2-year cycle. That's another thing, like, if it is 2-year cycle, that's probably why it's behind the sales, because Call of Duty is an annual game. Like, it's a consistent...
Final kill mofo. God.
And, like, it's funny, you hear all these people saying, oh, I'm not going to buy this year, Scott. Shut up. You gonna buy it. You know it. You buy it every year. It's a mainstream thing. But, we'll wrap it up with that, I guess. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. And if you guys want to see any more kinds of podcasts like this, we're glad to do them because they're fun and they tickle our buttholes sometimes.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. I'm gonna shove some popsicles up there tonight.
Awesome! Great, grand, wonderful.
But this has been your gracious and very charming, amazingly tasty, yes, I tasted myself once, host.
Oh my god, wrap it up.
Philly and Bossman. Bossman, Philly, Bossman, Philly. Featuring air. Because we need it to live. Anyway, it's been us with NextGenNation. So see you guys in the next video. We are out.